Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Lasham Daily Briefing for Sunday, the 27th of October, 2024. Okay, we'll start with the synoptic as per usual. This is showing Saturday at lunchtime, and we had quite a reasonably good day yesterday, although we did have a couple of periods where low cloud coming through and getting in the way. But it turned out to be quite a nice day in the end, and we did lots of really good flying. We'll run that on to midnight last night. You can see the cold fronts, very much a weak cold front coming down the country, and the start of a ridge of high pressure there. And by lunchtime today, that cold front should be well to the south of us, and the ridge is building quite nicely. And we've already got a really nice day outside, and looking to the south, you can just see the remnants of the cold front disappearing off into the distance. So we should have a good day's flying today. Running it through midnight tonight and into lunchtime tomorrow. Again, we've got an approaching cold front, but that shouldn't affect us too much. But we'll have to wait and see for that tomorrow. The SatPic is showing nice clear skies, just a little bit of cloud to the south of us, disappearing on the back end of the cold front there. And if we look at the rain radar, there's virtually nothing in the whole of southern England to affect us. And if we run the forecast for rain throughout the day, again, there's nothing really to affect us throughout the whole day. So it should be quite a nice day out there. There's no TAF from Odium today. Their METAR is showing 1903 knots with a little bit of fog, and temperature at 5, dew point at 4. Farnborough, again, the TAF is out of date. They're showing 260, 2 knots in Cavalcade at this moment, with temperature 5, dew point 5. Spot winds to the north of us at 1,000 feet, 210, 10 knots. To the south, variable 5 knots. Windy is all over the place today. I've just chosen 12 o'clock because it's right in the middle of the day, and that's showing northeasterly. But towards the end of the day, it's showing westerly. At the beginning of the day, it's showing a bit of an easterly component. And if we look at the local forecast, you can see we actually get pretty much every wind direction you could want, from the day. It's going to start with a bit of east in it, but it's only about 3 knots. Go around to northwesterly, around to westerly, southwesterly as the day goes on. So I'm just going to make the decision to go on runway 27, accept a little bit of a tailwind to begin with, and eventually that should come round in our favour. GFS, they're showing about 13 centigrade in this area at around about lunchtime, with a dew point down around about 7. Right at this moment in time, we've got a split of about 1.5 degrees here on the airfield, and looking out the window, it's nice clear blue skies with just a bit of upper cloud out to the west and down to the south. SkySight is showing the local forecast with that cloud, the low cloud certainly burning off by about 10:30, 11 o'clock. There's a little bit of upper cloud around, but not much, and we should get a bit of sun on the ground, with some weak thermals throughout the day. And if we run top meteo hour on hour from about 9 o'clock this morning, we can see that this is pretty much going to go blue in the sort of later on in the day, and that should last right through until cease flying. So no TAMs for today then. There's only 2 local to us. Barton Stacey is your normal sort of live firing there, and the Lark Hill danger area Delta 125 is active. We'll move on then to the airfield briefing, and we'll start with the Odium cross section. You can see here there's a cumulus forecast with cloud base maybe just above 2,000 feet, going up to maybe 3 by the end of the afternoon, with some very, very weak thermals throughout the day. So let's hope we get to make use of some of those. The wind, surface wind they're showing is variable, but mainly 340, which is basically a northerly component. So we'll just see what that brings us throughout the day. The flying list today then is quite extensive when you look on the website, and that basically equates to two K21s on book flying. There's two K21s and a K13 available on the casual list. There's a K13 booked by a club member. There's K13 on trial lessons today, and there's a bit of availability on SH6 and SH8. The simulator, of course, is available as per normal. And if we get everything out today, can we just make sure that Sierra, K13 Sierra, is the last one into the hangar today, because we need to get that round to the workshop first thing tomorrow morning. Movements today, there's nothing to report. So the operation will set up on runway 27. We'll tow the cables out on the boom on the south side. Gliders will be on the hard. We'll be launching off the runway today. The general situation is there's already high pressure with the wind being light and variable and a few weak thermals around. The grass is a little bit wet and it is quite soft. So please don't use the wheel brakes unless absolutely necessary. And of course, we're into that time of year where misting canopies is becoming an issue, particularly at the end of the day. We had it yesterday and we ended up having to tow the last K21 back to the hangar instead of flying it back. And a gentle reminder about the buggies, again, just seated passengers only, nobody on the flatbed, so we're not insured for it. So here's the runway set up today. Launch point vehicle just to the north of the centre line. Winch launching off the hard to the south, air towing off the hard to the north, and landing on the grass only, please. I think the grass is suitable enough for landing on. So there'll be no landing on the runway today, just on the grass to the south and the grass to the north. If that does become an issue, then we can always move on to the runway. But as I say, it's not going to be happening today. That's it from me today, then. I'd like to wish you a great fun day out there. I'm sure there'll be lots of good flying today. Make sure you enjoy yourselves and please keep it safe. That's it from me today. Bye.